Hey guys, Lovely Freeman here today, and again we're going to be playing some more HOI4 Kaiserreich mod. And today I think I'm going to give the Bulgarians a go. When I first started playing HOI4, I was pretty much playing Kaiserreich exclusively. Like I've never played that much vanilla. And the nations I started learning on were the Ottomans, the Bulgarians, and at the time it was called La Plata, but that used to be like combined Argentina. And they had a war with Chile and some other expansionist stuff. So those were the countries like I learned to play on. And when I was playing Bulgaria back in the day, like they're in a bit of a rougher spot than they are now. Like they didn't start with all this manpower. Uh, so you had basically nothing. It was really tough to get like even like 1 or 2 divisions in the field. Then there were some changes made, and you were able to, before the war starts, get enough divisions that you'd be able to exploit gaps in like Romania's lines over here. Like they used to not be able to have like enough to like get full coverage on this border. And then you could just kind of rush down Romania, kill Serbia, and then deal with Greece. I think at one point Serbia was like the only major in the Belgrade pact too as well. So it's like as long as you got like a little bit of clay here, and like maybe you took Thessalonica, then you could just walk in and take Belgrade, and then you just win as well. Kind of like if you saw what we did with the Ottomans. I did that Ottoman video. You just take Egypt, and if you have the clay, like a little bit of war score against all these other guys, you just win. So like those are like some ways to kind of like cheese. And I think like after a while they made it so that each member of the Belgrade Pact is like their own major, so like you have to actually deal with all of them. And after the changes with the Balkan update, I'm not sure if it's still like actually possible to rush down the Romanians. I think they might be a little bit stronger than they used to be. So I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm going to go for that. And then also, it used to not be that the Ottomans like were like real stab happy to try and take this land from you. Like they used to like sometimes they'd even support you even in the the Balkan War. But now they seem to pretty consistently want to try and take Western Thrace from you. So I think I'm going to try and play like more defensively, and like maybe concede some of this area over here, shorten our defensive line, and try to not give them Western Thrace. And then when the Kaiserreich War starts and the Ottomans are getting gangbanged by all these other guys over here, then maybe we can make a play and like maybe even take Constantinople, and see where things go from there. So I'm not going to try for the rush strategy. Like I don't know if that's viable or not. Like it might be, and if it is, probably just giving this up, and then rushing the Belgrade Pact down, and then dealing with the Ottomans later. Like I'm pretty sure you'll get a decision to go to war with them after. So like that would probably be the the correct strategic play to make. But I'm going to try to just not give in to the Ottomans and just like hold out. And then probably what we'll do is like we'll have like some sort of defensive line. Let's see where our factories are. Like so obviously you want to hold on to Sofia. There's nothing here, we don't need to hold that. Coming around here to the border with Albania is probably pretty smart. We're going to have to hold this and like probably take Thessalonica right away. And we might be able to rush down this one tile over here and get up to the river, but otherwise we'd probably want to hold this crescent over here, and then maybe coming over here and like holding on to most of Pleven. Unfortunately, these are plains tiles over here. Plains tiles are like not ideal to defend in, obviously. The hills aren't too bad. But you have like kind of a mountain range and urban tiles, forests, pretty good defensive terrain. Mountain over here, hills over here. It's like this river is like it's a really tough position for the AI to break, and you can turtle there for like quite a long time. Of course, the problem is like the more of the stuff you give up, like there's like 3 factories in this tile, 2 factories in this tile, 1 factory in this tile, 3 factories in this tile. And Pleven I think also has 2. And you probably make a play to maybe control these, get some bunkers on them or something. Keep those factories. But like you're giving up like, what is that? 3, 5, 6, 9. And if you let go of Pleven too, that's like another 11 factories, 12 factories. 12 factories you'd be losing if you did that, right? So you're down. That's almost half your economy, which sucks. But then if you get to stabilize over here, you're gonna be very tough to shift. But so I think that's what we'll do. I'm not sure exactly where I'm gonna draw my defensive line. I think I'll maybe try and hold on to these factories over here, and maybe try and hold on to Plevin, and just have our defense something like this. Maybe avoid that plains. Well, I guess we can't really avoid those plains tiles. Well, I'll have to think about it. I'll have to think about that like once the chips start to fall. But let's take a look at what we got here. Come on, naval node. Let's take stock. So Bulgaria has 2 starting national spirits. We have one for 10% consumer goods. I guess we have to pay our soldiers their pensions over here. I guess Bulgaria, they called the Prussian of the Balkans or whatever, and they were like the Central Powers patsy over here in the Balkans. They were used to like slap a bunch of people around, and they think they're hot shit. Gained a lot of clay, and their neighbors really kind of resent them from doing that. So we'll see how that goes. But we have to pay our soldiers some cash though, and that's going to cost us 10% consumer goods, and we have I guess some problems with our economy. So we decided to tell Germany to fuck off. I guess I don't know if that was a great plan. And see here, that's we've been kind of disconnected from their sphere of influence, and it's hurting us right in the pocketbook. So that's a bit unfortunate. Bulgaria also is a Black Monday country, in case you were wondering. So yes, you will get fucked over by Black Monday. So over here, our ruling party is over here, authoritarian Democrat. So they're, for whatever reason, considered to be the liberals. But we are, in fact, authoritarian Democrat. Our leader is our boy Ferdinand over here. Austrian noble. Good guy. I think he's got some eccentricities. I think he's might be a little bit bi-curious, our boy Ferdinand, I was reading. But he's our leader, and we have 40% party popularity. So like, he's a lot more popular than some of the other leaders in Kaiserreich, so good for him. We are occupying some Romanian clay, Ottoman clay, and Greek clay. It's interesting that they don't say we're occupying Serbian clay, because they have a claim on Macedonia here. Like, that's the reason they're going to war with us, right? But whatever. Let's just swap this over to, before I forget here, we'll make this a local police force. And we'll use horses for garrison. No collaborations, no subjects. Laws, we started an extensive conscription, which is, it's nice that you don't have to up that, but on the flip side, this is not a lot of manpower to have on extensive conscription, guys. So, like, that is a bit worrying. We do have like a focus over here. And Bulgaria focus tree, by the way, is like pretty massive. Like, look at all this shit. Most of it is mutually exclusive. But we do get some extra recruitable population over here, and there's a couple other things that you can get. That'll give you, I think, liberals remain in power. Yeah, there's one that you get to recruitable population, extra 5%, I think. Somewhere. Might not be on this tree. But it was. No, that's the absolutist one. So yeah, the absolutists get another one over here. And I think when we go over the political tree, like, I'll see how it plays out, but like I'll talk about how I remember it being. I haven't played these guys in a while. Expert focus is pretty normal, and we're stuck on toaster economy also, which is like pretty normal. Government, so we have stability, war support, and we lose a little bit of political power. I mean, that's okay. It's not the worst head of government you could have. It's not a whole lot of political power to lose. The political power is still pretty high, and stability's nice. This guy gives us some more political power and some trade deal opinion factor. And again, foreign minister's not really that important of a spot, I don't think. But that's okay. This gives us resource gain efficiency, which is not great. I mean, there are better economy ministers out there than resource gain efficiency, especially if you don't have like a ton of resources lying around. And this guy gives us some more political power at the expense of recruitable population. It's like not really like a great cabinet, but they're not awful. Nothing in here is like really like obviously terrible, but there's nothing that's really nice or like really great either. And then we have no military staff and no companies. So up here, political power 1.98 or 1.97 per day. So that's pretty good. I think that's same around the same ballpark as Commune of France was. We have like pretty good party popularity. 40% is like, now that I'm looking at it, it's like pretty high, right? Like a lot of countries have lower than 40%. It'd be nicer if it was around 50, but 40% is not bad. 71% stability is quite high. It's real nice we have that. Our war support is a little bit lower than we'd like at 46%, but I mean it's still good enough that we'll be able to get to partial mobilization without any problems. Manpower is a bit concerning. Factories, 26 factories, so Bulgaria is not a major. They're like a middle power. They can get pretty strong, like especially if they start annexing, all these other guys over here. But 26 factories isn't a huge economy. Fuel, we have daily gain 48. So that's just our base gains. Like we have no oil right now. Our capacity is pretty tiny at 72.4k. So not a whole lot going on for that. 40 convoys and the usual no command power and starting experience. So decisions. So we have the usual fixers. This is new. This didn't exist last time I played. But it'll let us, so I guess if they don't declare war on us, which I'm pretty sure the AI always will, you get decisions to attack Romania, you can attack Serbia, and we can seize Thrace. So that's pretty neat. So it's like we have to own Perot. We don't have to actually own, it looks like, Western Thrace to trigger this. I think the ones on that, what they have here, Macedonia. So like we just have to not lose the Balkan War, and then we'll be able to seize Thrace. So like probably the better play is to like let the Ottomans take their clay, beat them over here, and then stab them again in the back. Like, it's like, haha, fuck you. We'll stab you in the back when you're fighting the Balkan War. Take your land. And then you're like, well, joke's on you, bud, because I'm gonna shank you in the back while you're dealing with Farouk and friends. It's like that's like a little bit silly. But like I said, the goal for this campaign is we're gonna try not to give up any land to the Ottomans. We're gonna try and beat the Balkan Pact, beat the Ottomans like fair and square, and not do any of those like backstabby deal type things. Those decisions exist, and that probably is a smarter way to play. Like if you want to play that way. Intelligence agency, we don't have one, so that's a little bit sad. Research, we have 3 research slots, so that's pretty standard for a not major. Infantry tech, so we have 1936 guns, so that's pretty good. We have trucks, not bad, and we have mountaineers. So not too bad. We are missing the Marines, but overall pretty good. Support companies, we have engineers and recon, so pretty good as well. Tanks, we do not have anything other than Walkyrie-Gara tanks, which are, pretty shit. 1918 technology. It's 1936. Great work hall. They want their tanks back. You know what I mean? But we do start with that, so we only have to do 1 tank research to catch up. So it's not the worst. Artillery, we just have the basic artillery. We don't get the anti-air, but I don't think a whole lot of people do, especially if you're not a major. Land doctrine, do not get any land doctrine to start off with, so that's a bit of a sad. Not a whole lot of people start with that, of course. Obviously, I think the only people I've seen are the Ottomans get Great Battle Plan. And if we look at our national focus tree, like I don't think we're forced to pick. We just get 2 researchers for land doctrines. Like we're allowed to pick whatever doctrine that we decide that we want to. Ship design, so our Navy tech is actually not that awful. I mean, we don't really have the capital ships researched, which normally you're not really building capital ships anyways. You're going to be stuck with the ones you start with. But we do have the level 2 light guns. We have improved cruiser hulls. We have revived armored cruiser. And we have like up-to-date destroyer tech. So we can make like, an alright cruiser. It's nice that we get that. Then we have subs. Up-to-date sub technology. We do have the large submarine hull. And mines. We do not have transports research. So if you wanted to do a strat, and like there is something you could do too. Like if you decided that you wanted to peace out with the Ottomans, just give them Thrace over here, right? This is a little bit awkward because like this is your port. But if you decided you wanted to say, like, if you took the port from over here in Thessalonica, or you could just build a port, over here, and then you get your navy down here, and then you can do a naval invasion into Greece and take them out. So like you hold over here, you put some guys over there, and then you do a naval invasion to Greece. One of your advantages that you have is that Greece is kind of stuck out over here. Their allies can't really help them. So that's like one of the plays that you can make is to knock out Greece pretty early with a naval invasion. But you need to research transports for that, which is like kind of the point I was going for. But because we are going to be at war with the Ottoman Navy, I believe, is stronger than the Bulgarian Navy. And then the Greeks have like a decent navy by themselves as well too. Like the Bulgarian Navy, I believe, is stronger than the Greek Navy, but you're definitely not going to be able to get naval superiority against the Ottomans and the Greeks. It's just a waste of your navy, so that's going to be off the table for this playthrough for us. We don't start with the naval doctrine, and if you look at our national focus tree, like your naval section isn't all that much. You don't get that much. And your doctrines are like all the way down here, and you only get 200% bonuses specifically for only the submarine techs. So like if you want trade interdiction, your bonuses are for this stuff over here. And like I'm not sure if those will work for like similarly named stuff, but I think most of them, like, you get these 5 techs pretty much. So a bit restricted there in what they can do. Air, we have naval bombers, and we have, that's it. So like air is like kind of shitty for Bulgaria. No air doctrine. Nothing on the engineering tab. Nothing on industry. It's like that's their tech. Diplomacy. We don't have any treaty obligations, so it's just some people like us, some people don't, depending on your ideology. And I think we are occupying some people. So like the Balkan countries obviously like really hate us. Trade. So right now we have decent trade. Not a whole lot of stuff requires convoys, but and even when you're in the Belgrade Pact War, like you do have a board with Albania over here, and Albania usually like I think I've seen them join in and help Bulgaria before, but I've never seen them join Serbia to like attack Bulgaria. I guess it makes sense that Albania and Serbia are really like tight. They are occupying Kosovo, of course. Kosovo, Serbia, but that's neither here nor there nor anywhere. But your Albanians are going to be your friends. So you'd be able to still trade with the Central European factions, and the stuff over here you can get by land. So like that's not awful. Otherwise, if you were like completely encircled over here with the Ottomans, then that'd be a little bit dicey for your resource situation. But in terms of resources, no steel, so you are going to have to trade for steel. That sucks not having any steel. We get some aluminum, and we get some chromium. And if you look at the places we're going to be occupying, though, like if you do win the Belgrade Pact War as Bulgaria, like you're going to get the Romanian oil. That's going to be pretty sick for you. Like I don't think Serbia has all that much anything, but the Greeks have like a pretty nice amount of resources in here. You're going to have a lot of chrome, some steel, some more aluminum. And if you take this from the Ottomans, like you get a ton of chromium over here too. So heavy tanks are like pretty nice for Bulgaria after you've resolved your war. To go, you're gonna have the resources for the chrome to do it anyways. So that's nice. But otherwise, not too much in the tank. So the whole plus 6% resources extracted is like a little bit Bulgaria. Construction, we're not really building anything right now. Production tab. This is pretty reasonable production, I think. I don't think we need 2 factories in artillery, though. I want to put one on motorized. Get some trucks. Go with that. Templates. So, was it Pekotna? Divizia, whatever, I don't know. They're basic bitch infantry division, 18 width. Division with artillery. That's pretty standard. 12 with cavalry. 12 with mountaineers. 12 with motorized. And basic bitch tank template, 12 with half and half. So nothing really too special on the template. It's pretty stock. In terms of our makeup, check out our army here. Alright, so we have 18 of these infantry divisions, so we'll change this over to the rifle. So we have 5 divisions with artillery, 13 divisions without artillery, 2 cavalry, 1 mountaineer, and 1 tank division. And these guys are equipped with the FT World War I tanks. It's like a pretty sad tank division. Armor 3.2. Like, what is out of curiosity? Let's go look at one of our infantry guys. Piercing 4.4. We had like armor, I think 3.2 on here. Yeah, so it's like that's a pretty useless tank division to have, if we're being honest. Like, it's not even going to be able to compete and get pierced by like a regular infantry unit of the current era, which these guys aren't going to have. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, the Serbians at least start with like guns too. Ottomans are on basic guns, so like this might be like okay to attack the Ottomans with, like if they don't upgrade their gun technology. But not really all that useful. I think I'm going to have these guys convert over to our template with artillery. We got that. Mountaineers. I don't really need mountaineers. I guess we'll keep the cavalry around. I think that's gonna cost us a bit in the equipment. Yeah. So logistics, I made some swaps here. We are gonna have to trade for some steel, and that negative 15 is like probably at the point where you do want to trade steel. And we have a. I don't want to get my trade disrupted, but like I said, we can come around over this way over here, so we can trade. Be at least 16. If we go through to China, I guess you come all the way around this way. I mean, the game lets you do it though, right? Go to the Sicilies. Go through the Austrians. Let's just trade with. Maybe let's just trade with the Germans. Or you know what? We're not. That's not very roleplay like because we were supposed to be exiled from their economic sphere, right? So maybe we should trade with someone who's like not in the Reichspakt. These guys are like pretty likely to like go to war. French Republic. I don't think we can have a land route with them after Ottoman goes to war with us, so that's probably not a great pick. Allies autonomies can get eaten by Russia. Ukraine's a Reichspakt country. Go with the Hungarians, maybe. Let's trade with the Russians. That's a pretty safe pick. They're gonna be exporting steel all game. They're not like German aligned. I think we could actually join. Like we have options to, I guess, like be best buddies with Russia. I think if Ferdinand stays in power over here with the liberals, okay, so that's absolutists will reconcile with Germany. But if the liberals remain in power and we win, we'll have increased ties with Russia. So I guess Russia is probably the right choice to trade there, even though that was probably like an egregious waste of video time talking about that, to be honest. But that's what we're going to do. So that'll fix ourselves up over here. Navy. Let's merge these guys together. Like probably don't need these guys in the Black Sea. I'm going to try to hold on to this port here. Well, don't want to do that. So I'll have them merge and like move into there. Get them, like, we only have the one admiral anyway, so I guess congratulations, bud. You're the admiral now. Cheers to you. Air Force. 24 interwar fighters, 50 tactical bombers. So whatever. It's an Air Force. Dockyards. I guess we'll make some convoys. So this is all set up. We'll get our steel for that. Researches. What do you want for our researches? So we are a heavy tank country, so like probably we'll want to get our heavy tank. So right off the bat, we'll get that, and we might do the my rush tank research. And this will be nice to get to keep our gun costs down. Yeah, so we'll do this, and we'll probably have to do our economic stuff for like a pretty long time. So get tanks. Get our machine tools. I don't think we'll need to bump anything right away. Like so I think I'm going to go for land doctrine. I don't want to be behind their doctrines. And we're probably not going to be able to get like a whole lot of them together before that war starts. I'm going to go, I think superior firepower this game. I mean, battle plan's like a little bit deceptive, right? Like you would think that grand battle plan would be like the defensive doctrine because you get the extra entrenchment speed. But the problem with that is like if you've ever watched like some of my videos, we have to do like some intense defense, like when we play PSA or whatnot. A lot of times you have to move your units back and forth, like they'll fall back, you gain organization, you send them forward. And because they're shuffling, you have to pull them back to regain your organization and whatnot, and you have to move your guys around. They're not going to get that entrenchment bonus ever. So that winds up not actually helping you a lot when you have to reinforce, and you're in that situation where you have to fall back and reinforce and do org wall micro. This is like pretty worthless. But what Grand Battle Plan is like really nice for is like you get max planning 10% here, you get max planning 10% here, and then you get max planning 10% here. So you can get like a whole lot of max planning, and they'll give you like 30% attack and breakthrough, which is huge. So if you're willing to micro your battle plans and make your spearhead breakthroughs like that, that planning bonus will like really make your units more effective. Whereas superior firepower though, like when you're defending, like 10% soft attack for all frontline battalions is gonna. It doesn't matter if you're entrenched or not, right? You're gonna get that bonus. And then organization 10% is also pretty good for defense, and defense 10% is also pretty good for defense. Whereas opposed to max planning wouldn't help us at all. And this would be okay. Defense 10, organization 10. We're going to get that anyways. Plus the attack 10%. And breakthrough and soft attack. I mean, that helps like a little bit over here. But then again, we're going to have our artillery, our support companies buff from this stuff over here. So I think superior firepower is probably going to be better for us. We'll just get that better attack stat. And when you come down over here, like this is like really nice to have also with the heavy tanks. You get the extra attack. And the air superiority buff as well. But Bulgaria can get pretty strong if we do win the war. So like we'll have like a decent industry to be able to make some decent tank divisions. So I think we go like that. Get superior firepower. Construction. So we are on toaster economy right now. I think we are going to need some forts. Like, let's see, do you want to fortify Sofia? Do I need to hold this tile up here? Where's the actual province? No, we don't. Maybe we'll get some forts like this. Then and if we give this tile is behind a river, so like that might be a good one. That's a mountain behind a river. But that will be on a salient maybe. I don't know. We'll build some bunkers like that and see where we go. And we also, just in case, right? Maybe we do want to build a port over here. It's like we actually have somewhere to dock. But like I think we will be taking Thessalonica pretty quickly. We'll just build those bunkers for now. So, national focus tree for Bulgaria. So this is like your Black Monday deal. You can get a research bonus for industry here, so you want to make sure you don't waste that. This gives you monthly population, supply consumption, stability. This gives you production efficiency, growth, and base. So I guess either way you come over here, I don't really remember what these events do, but you're going to get, I think this is, yeah, so you get negative 10% consumer goods with minus 15% war support. So this like changes this shitty national spirit into negative war support instead of negative consumer goods. So we can either do that, or we can choose to maintain them. So what to do with pensions, you get a choice there. I'm not sure what this does. That might hurt your economy some more. End of Black Monday. Like, I'm not sure. Like if you slash the pensions, if that's gonna have like an effect on your recruitable population or something like that, that might be pretty bad. I don't remember how this works. It's been a long time. You have agrarianism or industrialization. Like I'm not sure what some of these do. But it looks like this gives you resource gain. This gives you have to pay consumer goods factories for that, so that sort of sucks. You get some infrastructure, and like I'm not sure what these two ones do. And you're gonna get a research slot either way. And this side, you get infrastructure, you get military factories, you get consumer goods, negative, and more factories. And okay, so protectionism is gonna piss off the Reichspakt some more. That's fine. Research a lot. Like I thought you took it like a stability hit or something from over here from departing from agrarianism. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm probably gonna go with industrialization. And when you're doing this, it's like you have to be a little bit careful if you do the turtle strategy, which I have done before. Like I did, I've tried a bunch of things when I was starting out there, but you don't want to do it until you're kind of pushed back into the territory you're holding, because your factories, like this will change. Like probably Macedonia would probably be okay. Right now this is in Plovdiv, and I don't know if we're going to keep Plovdiv. Probably are over here, so that'd be okay. I think those are randomly generated though, when they say that. So like you would want to, you definitely want to check that you're not building factories over here, like Varna or Burgas. And if you do, you'd want to wait until you lose that territory so your factories appear behind your line. So, you just want to check that. You don't want to be wasting your focuses giving factories and land you're not going to have access to for a bit. So that's the economic tree. Like I said, I think the factories are probably a better choice, but it's difficult to say when we don't have a description of what these do. So we might come back to this later. Land forces, like this is like your land military tree. And this is like a pretty good tree. Like if you come down here, 35 days, and like 5% cheaper guns. I mean, that's not bad. We need guns. And you get 2 armor research tag bonuses at a 35-day focus. So like 35, 35, 35, 2 bonuses. That's pretty good. Like I'm pretty sure that's like almost on par with the Commune of France for like your Kaiserreich if you want to get like a decent tank model. Like certainly this is like definitely viable to do that, which we're getting the heavy tank right now. So like that's pretty strong. Political power gain, like this is also probably something you're gonna want to get, and because this is a 161 day tack, we're not gonna need that research bonus. Like I'm probably gonna do this, and then pick this stuff up. So we get this political power in the tank, and that'll help us up our economy law. You get 2 bonuses, 2 tiny bonuses for support artillery. Which is alright. Those research pretty fast anyways. And 2 research bonuses for mechs. So, like you could upgrade your artillery and do mechanized fast. You get armor fast. You get a division training time and recruitable population. That's pretty good. And these are all like really short focuses too. Division defense on core territory. And again, defense probably is not a stat I rate that highly. It only matters if your defense is lower than their attack, and usually that's not the case. Infantry versus infantry combat. But that's available for you if you want it. Division organization, 2.5%. That's pretty good. It's a nice buff to have. Planning speed, 2.5%. Research slot, support equipment. This gives you some free guns and artillery, which is also pretty nice to have. Particularly 250 units of artillery is like a pretty decent amount of artillery. Like especially if you're only using support artillery, you only need 12 per division. Like that goes a long way. A land doctrine, 2 military factories, is pretty nice. Again, also in Plovdiv this time. Land forts over here. I think it would be nice to get this, like obviously before the Balkan War starts, but like this is pretty far down the tree, and you need to have this. Like this is like an all of the above. So you would have had to take in like all of these focuses in order to get those bunkers, which is like a lot. A lot. Especially stuff like, do you really need research bonuses for mechanized like this early in the game? Probably not. But if you did, you could rush a research line and do that, I guess. Like, mech is like an okay defensive template. Mech is very high defense and like armor, but you just don't have the industry for it. I don't think now with a 26 factory economy. War support, more war support. Negative consumer goods factories 5%. That's not too bad. Like that's again counteracts against this effect over here. And then finally you get another 1.5% improvement population. So like this is like a pretty good tree. Like tank rush is good. And Mechrach is not too bad. You have like a bunch of recruitable population. You get some organization. You get a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff that's like relevant, and it's nice to like sprinkle in these like political power to you over here. So it's like that'll help you kind of stay on path. You'll be able to get the political power you need for your laws and your staff and whatnot that you're going to want to have probably. So political tree, like so, if the liberals remain in power, I think if you win, if I remember correctly, if you win the Balkan War, this is like the tree you're going to get, which gives you the ties with Russia. And it's like the usual political power, stability, popularity. That sort of thing. Like, I don't remember what this women's rights does. This is kind of like a weird one too, where you get increased production efficiency base but lower growth. This sends more of your stuff to market, which again, so like this is kind of like, is this actually good? But you do need to do it if you want to come down over here to get your 10% stability. So like maybe that's not worth it even. But that's the tree you get. The absolutists gives you a line with the Reichspakt, which is probably why Bulgaria is always going with the Reichspakt, because we're always fucking losing the Balkan War. And you get some recruitable population factor. And it looks like a little bit of stability, and it looks like you really decide to kill a whole lot of market liberals and Democrats and other stuff. It's really 10%. Cindy's, get some factories there, that's nice. And then I guess you get some options to join the International. You have to pay consumer goods factories here. Pay consumer goods factories here, but you get 2 factories. Like, I don't know. Stuff over here. Bit of research speed. Max factories in the States pretty nice. Like, so I was always trying to play to win the Balkan War. Like, I never really got the option to take any of these trees. This gives you have to pay consumer goods factories, but it makes your military factories more effective. And that's, again, kind of like a, This is one that popped out to me, like this one over here that I was looking at earlier. This is one that's like kind of pretty unique, right? Like this will give you, gives you demilitarization, but it drops you down to limited conscription. But this gives you considerable economic benefits with the swords to plowshares, peace and order. Like minus 5% consumer goods, construction speed 10%, minus 3% consumer goods again over here, and another 10% construction speed. Like a lot. So that's interesting, but this like puts you on a path, I guess, to unify with Serbia, to get your pan-Slavic state. So you could do that. And then over here, so again, Navy and Air are like a little bit small, but they're like not bad though, right? Like so it's 35 days to get your fighter research bonus. So if you wanted to go and rush air, like you could pick this up like right away, maybe do a few other focuses for your economy, and then do boom boom, right on, start researching fighter 2 right off the bat. That'd be possible with Bulgaria. So you could rush fighter 2 very easily. And again, you get researches for your other stuff over here. That's fine. And this is 2 research bonuses for subs. So if you wanted to play submarine Bulgaria, you could get on the path to advanced and modern subs like right out the gate here with these 100% research bonuses. Like that's pretty strong. A couple other research bonuses, naval base and naval dockyards, and then your doctrines. So you can get any air doctrine you want. And this just helps the subs, which probably you'd want to do, right? Like if you're playing Navy Bulgaria, probably you want to rush subs and then like do the sub doctrine. Makes sense. And that stuff over here, I guess like at some point you get an event that your Turkish minorities in your country are like a little bit uppity, and you have to choose whether or not you want to administer their affairs, give them some autonomy, or just like force them to assimilate. And I think these are mostly flavor. Like I don't really think there's like any really strategic. So like you pay some political power, you get some stability on this side, and a little bit of consumer goods. And over here, that's like really you lose some stability. It looks like, and you piss off Turkey, but you're gonna get some recruitable population, some political power. So I don't know. I think this is like again mostly flavor. Like I'm not sure if like I guess if you have to deal with the national spirit, you take something. And if you just wanted it to go away, I guess you'd probably pick one of these two. This seems like it's gonna come with some baggage, but we'll see. So first natty focus, what do we want to pick here? Probably we go with Bulgarian man. Let's pick that up. We can't take our economy tree yet. We don't have Black Monday. I think we come here, we get our political power, and we'll start. We'll get our tank rush, get our tanks going, and then do this. It's like even though you're not going to get those heavy tank divisions out in the field, like if you do want to have like a decent mid or late game, you need to be starting like your technology so you have it ready to go when you hit that point in time, or like you're going to be really far behind. So like even if we're not going to be planning on using these at all for the Balkan War, like if you do want to play with ahead of time tank divisions, you need to do that. So we'll see how that works out for us. I think we're all sorted here. Let's start trading a division with artillery. Alright, so Bulgaria. So we emerged victorious after the end of the Weltkrieg, and we are the hegemon of the Balkans. So like that's pretty cool for us. So we have, I would say, with the death of Prime Minister Vasil Radoslavov in 1927, Alexander Malinov was able to take power. A known Germanophobe, Malinov and his close allies saw Germany as a threat, intent on making Bulgaria a little more than a pawn, and thus, during the hubris of their golden age, sought to drift away from Germany, which saw the cooling of relations between the two former allies. Now Bulgaria has found herself in a precarious position with little to no allies in the Balkans. That's not good. Why would we need allies, right? Right? Now Bulgaria has found herself in a precarious position with little to no allies in the Balkans. Despite remaining the dominant military power in the area and an ailing economy which weakens Bulgaria's position as their old enemies circle like vultures, eagerly and hungrily awaiting the opportunity to reclaim their old territories. Glory to Bulgaria and the Tsar. Let's bring these guys over here. I don't think you used to start with like a tank division, so it's nice to give that to you. These three guys. That. So Kornilov takes over the wake of Kerensky's dying out there. Usual Totalist Charter event. Like maybe we go for like something like this. What else I want to hold, Vrangi? Maintaining the hegemony. No, there's... Alright, Bulgarian land forces. Indeed, the Bulgarian land forces are the pride of Bulgaria, with many referring to our great nation as the Prussia of the Balkans, and a military with a state. Bulgaria had sent much of its able-bodied men to fight in the Weltkrieg, where it was able to assert its military superiority and had emerged dominant in the Balkans, yet as a result had incurred the penalty of high military pensions. It is clear that we must take to examining both the status and readiness of our army, as our enemies who surround us like eager vultures waiting to attack will be quick to pounce on any sort of mistake we might make. The institution of reforms must continue so the Bulgarian land forces can forever maintain their dominance in the Balkans. Poland goes Republican. Austria withdraws from Italy. That always happens. Veterans Association rally. So I guess the veterans are having a rally, dragging up some patriotism, and we're at 60% more support now. So that's nice. Economic collapse. Oof, there's Black Monday. There's Black Monday. Horrid news as it reached us. Apparently, the Berlin Stock Exchange, what many consider to be an extremely abrupt turn of events, has plunged economically, sending the economy of the German Empire and the countries within its sphere on a downward spiral. Of course, these effects are not confined to the German sphere, as Germany's trade partners, which includes many nations in Europe and around the world, have seen their economies tank. I thought we separated from their sphere. I thought that was why our economy was shit in the first place. Bulgaria has not been left unscathed, as we also have experienced severe economic downturn. International observers and enemies alike are closely watching our nation, with some calling this the beginning of the end of the Bulgarian Golden Age. In any case, we must turn our gaze towards our ever-collapsing economy, lest we end up losing both the trust of our people and our dominance within the Balkans. So we lose some stability, we lose some war support, we lose some construction speed, factory output, and efficiency caps. That's pretty harsh. I mean, it's not as bad as some other countries, but it's still pretty harsh. We pay food backs and king. It's probably a good choice. Bob and Mart today. So we're doing some pagan rituals. 1st of March. It's political power. Okay. Ooh, increased tensions. I think some of these events might be new. I don't remember them. With the recent economic downturn, the far-right group Zveno, with former Bulgarian General Kaman Georgiev Stoyanov at its head, and its members have taken to attacking both physically and verbally the Muslim communities that reside within the borders of Bulgaria. Stating that the Bulgarian government for far too long has been rather lenient toward Muslim minorities, alongside blaming them for job losses. Members of Zveno have begun to protest the policies of the government and have demanded change in the way that Bulgaria treats its Muslim minority. In response to these protests and attacks, counter-protests and attacks against Zveno by Bulgarian Turks and even some Pomaks have also begun, with the groups agitating for the Bulgarian government to not only grant their respective communities their further autonomy, but to also make clear its stance on many issues that have been put on hold by the government. So I guess it's not like a lasting national focus. It just says we can take those now. We're going to get some negative stability and political power. I really hope that's not like a recurring thing where if we don't take those focuses, we're going to get hit by events. I don't really want to have to do that focus tree right now. Bulgarian hegemony. We must turn our gaze towards maintaining the hegemony in the Balkans in order to preserve the Bulgarian Golden Age. As it stands, we are surrounded by the Romanians who seek to take our rightful land and the Greeks in the south who also claim land that is rightfully ours. In addition, Serbia has helped stoke the fires of revanchism, trying to secure its own hegemony in the Balkans. We cannot let that happen. We must stand firm. Yes, let's continue working on. Let's do this. Usual events happening. It's still only March 1936. Pius is a new pope. Like, I guess these will be our offensive guys. These guys can be our defensive guys. It's fine. So we have a defensive doctrine guy. Defense, I guess the highest we have is 2. Ooh. It's actually our best general is an old guard. That's that Fortress Buster, though. And I think the Greeks are going to have some forts over here, so I don't know, I guess we'll just go with this guy. And Boris, I guess, is their field marshal. You know, let's like, why don't we do it like this? Because if we take this guy over here, we promote him to field marshal. And then hopefully his bonus will be reset by the time the war starts. And then we'll go with this guy. And our offensive army, I guess, can be red. And we'll make our defensive army green. I guess this guy's fine for a defender. Go with Hillfighter, I don't know. That's probably fine. So we'll go with that. For our army setup. What are we missing? Just 1 rubber and 1 tungsten, that's fine. Infantry production. 56 days. So we still got like another 2 focuses. We'll do let's do the reserves. Start mobilizing some more manpower. The engine click glass, that's not all that surprising. Alright, machine tools. Let's go with concentrated industry. Like, I think pretty much we're going to be making like guns and whatnot to start with. We're already at max efficiency, and I think by the time we start making our tank units, we're not going to be switching over heavy tank 1 to heavy tank 2. We'll just be making heavy tank 2. So I think it makes sense to go with the concentrated here. And we'll make the most of our factories from behind our wall here too as well when we get pushed in. Today's the 1st of May. It's International Workers' Day. We're going to lose some political power, and the syndicalists are apparently happy about this. Dicks. Get further tank research. Order restored in Argentina by Pedro Pablo Ramirez, I think that was. Barla. Heavy tank 1. We'll let that build up, and then we'll just go right to heavy tank 2. No, this I want to bump our industry because we are going to get the a national focus eventually for our tech rush. Oh, that's not what I want. I want this. National focus. Go with 2 military factories in Plovdiv. Maybe get a few more bunkers here. Where are our problem tiles likely to be? This looks like too much of an area to hold up over here. It's only one civilian factory. It's a hills tile over here. Toss a bunker there. Those are mountains. It's probably fine. Forest, mountain, hills. That should probably be okay. So I might want to go level 2 on these 2 plains tiles. And let's actually you have the army experience anyway, so let's just go ahead and make this proper width division. And we'll use this slot to bump our industry tech. So we'll get that. Bonuses for doctrine. And we could go for the research slot too. Alright, so we got the 2 military factories. That's good. And I think we'll bump this. That should give us 30 days off. We'll get, let's see, what should we get? Let's get our tools. That's 43 days. So like, let's maybe bank some days over here. We'll get some political power over here first. Maybe get ourselves to partial mobilization, and then we'll take the first economy focus. And that way we can use a bonus on concentrated 3. Start building some factories. I think probably we'll need civilians. So research time over here, 21 days. So yeah, we'll go ahead and look at economic affairs. I actually also want to get like a Mountaineer division. Let's go 8 Mountaineers for the support artillery. Need 2 infantry. Yeah, we'll do that for Mountaineers. Pick concentrated 2. Let's adopt industrialization. I think kind of fortunately, like, so we need to actually defend this tile over here too, which does have bunkers in it. So we'll move this guy over here. And I think this tile is like completely behind these 2 tiles, so like, that should be okay. Bulgarian Agrarian National Union pickets. So I guess they're not happy that we're deciding to go industrialize or something. I think we should be doing more to help the farmers. I guess that's okay. You can think that. $90 days, 130 days. Let's maybe trade for another steel. Tension surrounding industrializations. We're going to lose 5% stability over here. So I guess they moved these two like events. Like I think they used to just do it as part of the focus, but I could be misremembering. Severe discontent has been in the air within Bulgaria, with many of our peasants and factory workers experiencing poor economic conditions due to the economic crash now at Black Monday. Oof. We decided to begin industrialization, and the Bulgarian Agrarian National Union and its members do not like that. They're mostly peasant farmers. Alright, so what do we want to do here? Research slot. Let's go for a research slot. Air base, military factory, be alright. Consumer goods, I mean that'd be okay. This helps out with our, our output over here. Probably we want to fix this first, actually. And those come in Plovdiv again. So like, we're really going to want to make sure we hold on to Plovdiv, which we are. And I wins elections. It's nice for them. The Legionnaires. HOI joins the 3rd International. 35 days for an airbase kind of sucks. But I mean, it is what it is. Where does that even pop up at? Western Salonika. Okay. Yeah, it's not a worse spot for an airbase, I guess. I don't think any of our enemies have like an appreciable air force, but that's something we might want to watch out for. Kumalkana, that might be another interesting country to play. It seemed to always lose. Like an itty bitty country though, probably like 1 or 2 factories. More fun in China. Economic growth in the cities. We have 100 political power. We're not really using our chromium or whatnot. Well, let's save up for our military staff. Or maybe our armor research guy. The Tsar's open secret. Ooh. He's a little bit bi-curious there, Tsar. Got lots of candles. We're going to lose a little bit of political power. I mean, I don't know. Still a better ruler than Edward, I guess. Edward's always going off and, like, sticking his dick in places where it probably shouldn't be going and causing scandals and all sorts of problems. We might want to grab this. I don't usually like picking up that tech early. I don't want to waste industrial research bonus. Or we could pick up this or a plane. I don't really have too much factories for planes though. Anti-air. I don't think any of our opponents are gonna have like enough air to like really matter. Let's go with the electromech. National Avant-Garde. Which guy do we want here? Psychology is always a good one to have. We could also do, yeah, psychology is probably the better one. Economic growth in city centers, you got that. This is Macedonia. Probably want to hold on to Macedonia, so that'd be okay to take. So we need one of these. We need the University of Sofia. So we need all the stuff to actually eliminate it. Let's do this. Let's examine the budget. And also let's have these guys do a little bit of exercising. Just to get back to trained status. I don't want to be taking any negatives. We need to add some manpower to them. You don't want to train too much because you will burn through equipment like a lot. Indo-Chinese revolt has succeeded. Left Kuomintang capitulates. Second American Civil War hasn't started yet, but we could also consider sending a attaché, although we will probably be getting quite a bit of military experience. Rise of the Vosd. Yeah, so we don't get an actual like decent industrial company. That's a bit sad. Oregon recovery. You know, we can also hold on that T because it can go up to war economy when the war starts. Liberation Day. Let's see here. This is the day we were formally or properly established, I guess, as a state with signing Treaty of San Stefano. Supported by the Honorable Alexander II of Russia, the Ottoman Empire was forced to give Bulgaria most of its current-day territory. Later on, following the Treaty of Berlin in 1878, the Principality of Bulgaria, alongside Eastern Rumelia, was established by the powers of Europe. In 1908, we go on to declare formal independence. Bulgarians rejoice. Okay, we have examined our budget. So, alongside our lack of involvement in the economy and the lack of support to our workers, it seems as though the extensive military pensions may be our undoing. It is clear that following the examination of the budget, we must take steps to balance the budget either by cutting military pensions or reorganizing the system entirely. Whatever it may be, however, it is clear that we must take steps to remedy the situation and rid ourselves of the economic plague that surrounded our nation. And we'll do whatever it takes to either slash military pensions or maintain military pensions. I don't know, 15% more support. I mean, we'll probably get that back when we get attacked. And these are pretty big, pretty important buffs. I think we just slash the pensions. Hopefully that doesn't like disband a bunch of our units and cause them to desert. That would be awful. I think we'll take this to bump our industry tax. We need those. We need to fix our industry as fast as possible. Serbia crowns King Alexander II. I think Serbia comes at us in like a few months. Whereas, if I remember correctly, Congress of Belgrade. I guess they could already do that. So that might be their next focus, actually. American Civil War. Doing Mihailovich's Redoubt. Not sure what that is. Veterans react. Uh-oh. So we're going to lose some political power and some more support. Yeah, you know, you don't blame them, right? I mean, like, losing your pension always sucks. But what else are we going to do here, right? So maintain protectionism. No Germans allowed in this economic system. Put these over here. We'll just train these guys up for a bit. Oop. There's the there's the boys. Oh, the Germans are going to support us, so that's nice, and so does Albania. Alright, so over here, let's go for our probably don't want to take our doctrines yet until we have more army experience. Let's get our construction tech. Train some cav. I mean, these are okay for Orgwall micro. Might need some. Alright, ultimatum from Serbia. Germany proposes research treaty. Okay. Ooh. So go over there. I don't need war propaganda, but I would like to do is war economy. That would be beautiful. Get some German volunteers. Russia announces her ambitions. So over here, where's our air at? These guys go out there and contest. German helps arrive. It's nice of them. Over here, General Vazov wishes to help. Prominent representatives of the last generation of the Bulgarian army leaders gathered in Sofia to discuss current military situation. Some recommendations are made to the current government. Only Vladimir Vazov stood and expressed desire to return to active army duty. Oh, thanks, buddy. 70-year-old former general is remembered as a fine general from the Weltkrieg, but is particularly remembered for the Battle of Doiran, where he engineered the defeat of the Entente despite being heavily outnumbered. So, we can get old guard training. That's pretty good. Gives us division defense on core territory. It's again not great, but gives us army experience gain 15%. That's quite good. That'll last for a year, or we can just have him get war support, and he becomes a general. We lose 50 political power for that, though. Let's go with this. Have him train the next generation. National focus. A research slot. And they do have bunkers there, so let's go ahead and use our fortification buster ability. Take that port from them. Alright, there goes Oscar. Declares war on Hungary. Albania will send us some volunteers. That's nice. Our cab over there. Crisis on the Danube. Alright. So we are definitely doing better than them in terms of casualties. I mean, I guess that's what you get when you grind into defensive positions like that. Fortunately, our factory count is starting to drop. So Ottoman, here comes the Ottomans. They want fucking Thrace. They demand the return of Western Thrace, an area which is largely both Muslim and Turkish, but which we have rightfully occupied since the end of the World Creed. To refuse, they may very well attack us from the rear and add in front of the war we can hardly afford. No, we'll defeat them as well. Send this guy over here too, to hold off against the Ottomans. Alright, decisions. We don't really need war propaganda. Align with the Russian state, we might want to do that later. Maybe we'll send some of these guys over this way. Those guys there. Guys over there. Send these guys over this way. What do we want to do with our tanks? Let's pick up camouflage I don't know if I want that on yeah, I don't think being bombed is a real problem right now. I guess you can stay over here. Well, I'll send you over this way. Send you guys in over that way. Some of these guys over here. Albania offers us an alliance. Do we want to have Albania on our team? Mars Alliance, setting to help you. They offer them during the wall creep and fighting out the Serbians. This could prove beneficial. This could also prove to be a hindrance to the war effort. I want Bulgaria or Albania to help us out. Albania is pretty easy. Like, it's a pretty nice land. It'll open up a front down here with Greece. I think I'm okay without them, though. I don't want to. I don't think I have enough to hold them. I'm not sure how many divisions the Albanians have. They only have one division, so like that. It's definitely more land to cover than they provide. Cycle these guys around. Alright, University of Sofia done. Radio is probably pretty helpful with AD Arsenal. Trade. Do I have convoys? Convoys with Russia? No, that's unacceptable. Steel. Looks like I can't get any. That's a big problem. I thought I would be able to. See, I guess they've got. Serbia took fucking Montenegro. Yikes! Oh, that's bad. Navy. Yikes. Great new fleet, all destroyers. Not sure what happened there, but okay. So where are my destroyers at? Great new task force. All destroyers. And these guys are going to be stuck, so they're going to have to be like their own separate fleet. I guess we'll do a little bit of convoy escort. Try and get some steel from like the two Sicilies or something. One from two Sicilies, like maybe one from like Venetians. Send these guys over this way. So make these guys some mountaineers. We'll not train that cavalry, and that should keep our logistics okay. Let's get the let's go for decisive battle. Kind of stacks on our superior firepower pick. Move these guys up over here. Does our tank division actually have like trucks in it? Yeah, it does. Bulgarian National Bank. We are hurting for that steel at the moment. Getting convoy raided. Maybe I should have accepted the Albanian offer there and then tried to push in. That would have been a better choice, I think. Try and maybe wrap around this way. Just touch Illyria so we can get our trade without being raided. Move you over there. Try and hit this guy while he's already a low organization. Let's fire off Fortress Buster ability. I think Greece has some steel that we need. And like you guys, like we definitely need you. Attack the Greeks. We trade for 1 oil. And manpower is a problem for us. So we might have to upgrade our economy law. And before I forget, I need one guy to stand on a port. Don't get naval invaded. That's good here, making some progress against the Greeks, but we need to do something about our manpower law. Let's stop by not training those guys. And then our next 100 political power, we're gonna pretty much have to go and we're pretty much gonna have to go and go to service by requirement. Unfortunately. And what we're doing here is we're just sending back the units that are on low organization and replacing them with a unit that has high organization, so that the lower unit can regain, and then we can send it back in if we have to. It's end Black Monday. Looks like our trade efficiency is coming back up a bit though. Seems like we're holding fine over here. Sent some reinforcements over there as part of breakthrough in Greece. Athens might be open even. Go on, interception. You know, instead of fighting those guys, let's focus on maybe clearing out this encirclement. Ooh, Cairo packed. Sultan better watch out. So I think after this we just hold off on your focus until we get the political power for our manpower up. Nice. Send you guys over that way. Let's actually go with our land doctrine. Shortus capitulated. Finish off the Greek unit there. The Cairo Pact War should be kicking off soon. And going up to service by requirement sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. Unfortunately, taking these ports mean you're going to have to garrison those ports. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. No. Big mistake. I hate it when that happens. Alright, so go like that. Alright, so we go to service by requirement. And let's work on trying to get, I guess we probably want to finish this tree over here. Let's get well-trained officers. Casualties 32, we're almost 10 to 1. Like once these guys run their organization out, we'll just counterattack them and try and push into Athens. Make sure we don't let him reorg. Alright, and the Greeks capitulate. Just make sure we guard all these ports here. Need 7 divisions for that, so we need 4 more. Probably convert these over to cavalry. Some manpower back. You guys go to cavalry. Go there. So I need 2 more divisions. Let's just switch these 2 off. I'll use that for like our coast guards. I mean, that should be fine. Let's plan to take that tile. That does fix our factory count a little bit. It's gonna pause here. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, sorry about that. Still not sure how to, like, I don't know. It's like I'm just using the basic bitch, like Windows recording software. There's no pause button. It's a bit annoying. Alright, I think the Chiropact War might be kicking off soon. The Ottoman line looking a little bit thin here. 57 days till he's not wounded anymore. So I have a bunch of artillery pieces here. Thank you, guy. Ferdinand's Unicorns. It's 156 artillery pieces. I mean, that's a decent amount. We get that as like our big boy unit over here. So you guys can be the unicorns. Next construction tech. Let's wait for a bit there. Maybe create our intelligence agency. We'll go with the snake thing. Might need the anti-partisan. Looks we lost quite a few light tanks. Well, I mean, you're fighting in mountains; it's gonna happen. We did actually get some support equipment. Let's improve Ferdinand's unicorns a little bit. Send some, maybe one of these guys over that way. And we got our red guys over here. It looks like this guy might be having some issues in a bit. This guy's still at full strength. There we go. Yep, looks like the Sultan's about to have some problems. It's pretty good for us, actually. Well-trained officers. Let's go for maybe our next research slot. Send this guy over there. Looks like we're gonna get some free real estate over here. Or free real estate. go. A few more of these guys. National Museum of History. That's cool, I guess. See if we can take Constantinople. That'd be nice. See if we can grab the other side of that strait as well. Our fleet can move. Build some destroyers, I guess. You're supposed to have this guy. So we can take some more stuff from the Ottomans here. Looks like their Ottomans aren't doing so hot. Okay, I still need a bit more experience before we can drop them out. Just need more units now. Oh, these bastards! He took a tile off me. I wasn't paying attention there. So I get that. Take my tile back. There's some factories on that tile, I think. And these guys have a port, so we can just sit on Smyrna. There's 2 cities here. That's fine. Send the unicorns in to take our tile back. Let's build some civilian factories. Well, I guess we have the we took a bunch from the Ottomans over here, so. Looks like they're gonna lose a few units over there. Nice the volunteers killed. I didn't know there were guys there, so it's nice that the volunteers killed that for us. So get this guy over here. Start reducing some resistance. A lot of their units are looking pretty half dead. Not quite enough artillery for another unicorn unit. Ottomans call for peace, so let's see here. They'll give us Western Thrace. Where is Western Thrace? In Kazali. No, we fight on. What do they think? They can just like roll up in there and be like, "Oh, we're sorry." Jerks.